Mom's credit card! Utilizing the streak of the last 2 5 gifted subs and gifting a 5 himself. 15 sub chat in the last minute. That's what the auto block community does. Everybody's getting a sub today. Yeah? Mom's credit card.
Close to the full 20 seconds here on Sync. Both players with 100% special attack EV-scape, and we're going to see a big AGS. It's a 53. Not what we wanted. I wanted to see a 60 plus right there, but that is the first spec from Mika done beautifully executed there on Sync though. Both players frozen once again. Unfortunately, full time here. Oh, never mind. Sync immediately unfrozen. 100% spec bar. Are we going to see it? Or is he going to utilize his other weapons?
I tell you what, the curse of the commentator.
K2RS saying auto block, I want to be involved. Dropping a 5 for himself. That is 4 brothers now.
100% special attack energy right now. Really needs to get one of these off as quick as he can so he can start.
MF Patty dropping a 5 saying auto blocker. Auto blocker. Dropping a 5 darkly. Dropping a 5. That is 6 brothers now.
Or off prayer. Sync, knowing his opponent knows that, is still going for the whips here and holding on to those specs. Just holding them as long as he can. Maybe a strategy of his to try and get his opponent to pray melee as much as possible. But Mika down to 6 anglerfish, 2 brews. We see Sync here with 8 anglerfish, a brew, and a dose. So very, very close fight to start out here. Sync very low hit points at the moment, getting some nice blood barrages off. You'd love to see that. Still on 100% special attack energy here. Are we going to see at least one AGS? I don't think there's a single chance he catches him off prayer with the AGS now. Mika just camping that Prey melee. He knows exactly what's coming, Bodhi.
Yeah, that is true. I don't think it's actually a very, very good strategy. Definitely not holding both. Using on the first hit, regenerating. And with a good chance another one. It's a 9, and Mika retaliates with a blood blitz hitting a 20. So that trade-off for all this time is Mika 40% spec in the top right corner of the screen. He is going to get another spec before the end of this fight, whereas Sync, he is not going to regenerate another one unless we see the longest redemption war of all time, which I'm very happy to see. But there's a good chance Sync might even fall here before he manages to use his other spec. But when you were mentioning the strategy, again, I think it's a great strategy to hold a special attack, especially if it's an AGS. But Sync did actually fire in some whip hits when Mika is supposed to pray melee. Both specs being dumped there now. Again, Mika had that extra spec. Sync, though, no damage, no food for Sync. Mika on match point right now. Sync frozen in place. 3 anglers and 3 doses of brew on Mika. No specs on either side. Sync is going to need to pull something huge out to keep himself in this game. Or is Mika going to get the 2-0 and enter potentially into the top bracket? The blood blitz. It's a blood blitz execution for Mika. Full green bar of hell. Food in the inventory. I think we have to say the spec, like, was he holding it? Was it the strategy? It just did not pay off, unfortunately. Mika ending that in that situation. 2-0 to Mika, and we are at the end, roughly, of round 5 of our Switch meeting. And we are going to see who has qualified for the top 8 in the Crusader Classic 2026 in just a moment. Evie, that fight. Again, I think it's a mistake to hold both specs, you know, try and get one out ASAP, even if you're trying to get it. I mean, I'm someone that tries to get it off prayer, you know, I want to do that. And that sometimes means I'm 90 seconds in the fight and I just haven't dumped the spec. Just dump it, try and get it off the prayer. You get it on the prayer, you can still hit 40 very easily, and you're going to recharge.
That's exactly right. And holding on to one spec, definitely the right strategy. You're going to have your opponent praying for that spec more often than not. They're scared of it. The spec can hit a big number. You're going to get them off prey so much. Holding that one spec there, I think definitely cost Sync. I mean, in that last fight, he did lose by a lot of food, but holding on to it for too long. He was getting a lot of hits on prayer, going for those whips, but held way too long. They're just coming out and going here. And now we gotta know, I gotta know who's made it to the top of the bracket, man. Is that win enough to get Mika into the top 8?
We're not Has secured himself match 1 versus Odablock. Unlucky Mika, that's a bit unfortunate. Coxie and Legendarium, Reese and Donator, Peta and Torvesta are our 8 qualifiers, competitors for going forward into the quarterfinals. And as you can see on this board on the right, in the purple, qualified. That, as you can see, will be match 1 and 2 battling out to match 5, match 3 and 4 to match 6, and therefore qualifying our first people for our tournament at the top of the board. Mutz, unfortunately, let's go to the bottom first of all. Mutz, unfortunately, falls short, and he also has the lowest percentage, meaning he had the easiest combinations of fights. We don't know how that's actually tracked as of right now. Solo mission, once again, just outside the bracket as well. But before I do continue, please remember, today is going to confirm 3 qualifiers that will play in the finale in North Carolina Rally later this month, I believe on the 26th and 7th of July. But we have 3 more qualifiers after today's. 3 people will qualify today. And in tomorrow, another 3 will qualify. So whoever qualifies today will not be competing tomorrow. Anyone that has just missed that top 8, they are not out of the Crusader Classic 2026. They still have 3 chances to get themselves into the top 8 and therefore compete for a qualifying spot on the final with a $10,000 prize pool. LAN in America. RuneScape's second American event will happen. Skate, what do you think about these 8 people that have managed to come?
It's so crazy there. I was watching the top 8 as we were going there. Mutz made it into the top 8 just before the fight finished. Only to get knocked out by Mika right at the last second. I just thought that was not the end for Mutz. That land, but Header, Reese, Foxy, Laganarium, Donator, Torvesta, and Mika. Obviously, the first seed, which is going to be Odablock, he came out on top in those Swiss standings. He's going to be coming up against Mika, so 1 versus 8. And then we'll have 2 versus 7th, which is going to be Peta versus Torvesta. Those are going to be some crazy fights. We've got Coxie versus Laganarium. Coxie coming in 4th on that ladder as well. I got to say, Coxie's playing absolutely insane performance today. I don't know how he's managed to pull this out, but big up Coxie coming in 4th in that Swiss standing, and I think we're going to see some crazy fights coming out here. I believe Odablock versus Mika, the winner of that will fight the winner of Coxie versus Laganarium. Reese versus Donator, the winner of that will fight the winner of Peta versus Torvesta as well. Coming up in this round of 8.
Indeed. Now again, we'll rewind the clock right to the beginning of the broadcast, you know. Panic, he hasn't actually managed to make the top 8, but there is a qualifier that's actually going to be on Australian ping. And I think he's the only person, maybe Legendarium off the top of my head, it might be wrong with that, I might be mixing him up, but I think he might be the only person on Australian ping. And I'm just going to ask you now, before it happens, do you think Panic will lose a single match in his qualifier?
In the Australian qualifier?
Correct, yes.
No. But that being said, you know, the Australian qualifier, I believe, is the last one. So let's say tomorrow he just goes on an absolute tear and wins. He won't even make it to the Australian qualifier. He won't even be able to play in the Australian qualifier. That could happen. Laganarium also an Australian PKer. So both of those 2 in the qualifier will be looking very, very good. Laganarium managing to make it might not even make it through to tomorrow's qualifier. Today, who knows? But very surprisingly, out of the top 8 today, and we're going to see some crazy matches.
I'm very excited, but before we do jump into the round, we are going to be gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Classic 2026. We just finished with the Swiss qualifying stage, and we have our 8 competitors who have qualified in this one for today. Now, please, before I continue and jump this over to Eviescape, remember, if anyone did not qualify out of the competitors, they will have a chance to compete tomorrow and also next week as well. There are 4 qualifiers for 3 people that will win, each one for 12 in total, that will compete on stage in Raleigh, North Carolina for a prize pool of $10,000. One thing I want to say quickly as well, there is no Australian qualifier. Well, it looks like it's going to be 2 US East and a US West as well. So unfortunately, that was some misinformation that we had, and I don't know where it came from. Eviescape, do you want to update us on our 8 qualifiers beyond our Swiss team?
I mean, the Australians just lose again, man. You know, when are we going to get some representation? We need an Aussie qualifier. Although, the Australian Legendarian putting on a big show. UK King today, maybe doesn't need it. That Raleigh lane is going to be so fun. Odeblock up against Mika here today. Mika just managing to squeeze into that top 8 in his last fight. Odeblock with absolute domination, winning all 5 of his fights. It's going to be a tough ask for Mika to take it here, but once again, this is RuneScape. Anything can happen. Coxie up against Laganarium. Coxie, once again, putting on a great performance today. I'm quite surprised by it, and he's really taken this game by storm recently and putting on a good show. Laganarium is going to be on 350 ping. You would say on paper, Laganarium, the better PKer, but will that ping come into effect him today? How is Coxie going to go up against him? We shall see. Match number 3, Reese versus Donator. Reese coming in with a 4-1 in the Swiss stage. Donator with a 3-2. Once again, on paper, you would say probably Reese is the better PKer there. And then for the final fight, it is going to be Peta up against Torvesta, which I'm going to be honest, Bodhi, I'm excited to see this one. Anything could happen.
I am very excited for Peta versus Torvesta. You know, I think Torvesta has been playing phenomenally, and I'm just there like, who has he actually fought so far that's like extremely good? I'm trying to remember his brackets. I think he fought Panic, but there is a big ping difference. But has he fought anything overly strong? The last one. He fought Torvesta in the last one. Both of them qualified though. I don't know the score. Seeing all that's the three. Any of those you really like to look up. Other than that, Eviescape, we have sanctioned merch announcement sponsor for Crusader Classic 2026. Creative crafted just that Twisted Bow. Bring it over, ladies and gentlemen, Corey Captain has landed the Creative Crafted store, the sponsor of this Crusader Classic, and there's a lot of things that are there. There's a Pizzeria. There's a, you know, if you like your pizza, you can get hold of that. You can get that Twisted Bow that Eviescape's got right now. But we have Desmax, there's LED signs and the cord caps and more. There's a capybara design as well if you're into capybaras. Many people are into this. And a gnome child as well. Eviescape, what's your thoughts? All of this creator crafting.
Yeah, they've also just released the new Void Waker design Desmat 2. I mean, guys, we play RuneScape, we're moving our mouses a lot, you know what I'm saying? You need a big desk mat. We've moved past just the little ones in the corner. You need a massive one that covers the whole desk. On top of that, you can get these LED signs. Like I said, this Twisted Bow, my absolute favorite. You guys should definitely go check them out.
And plenty more to explore in the site as well. LED signs, a lot of stuff. And right now, you can get 15% off your entire order with the code CLASSIC. You can find everything down below, creatorcrafted.com. Chat, or the panel, and you've got everything there for a limited downtime only. Ladies and gentlemen, we have round number 1 of the qualifiers, which is going to be Odeblock versus Mika. And it looks like we've locked in some gear setups as well. The first fight is going to be standard NH, so everyone that has the experience in the PvP arena here is going to be very familiar with this setup. And just to spice things up again, we are going to be getting a dead man mode fight as well. Best of 3, so we will see both of these. If it is 1-1 on on the board between these two players. We will see a final come out. That being said, final game setup. And I believe the highest seeding with the will be NH first. Eevescape. Odablock versus Mika, you know, Mika again, he knows Deadman mode. I wonder if he'll actually do better in the second fight compared to NH, but what are you thinking here?
Yeah, that's the thing. You're exactly right. He knows Deadman mode like the back of his hand. Played every single Deadman mode. Very great performances in Deadman mode all-stars. Not too sure about standard NH, but we do know that he is a very, very good PKer. So, we will find out how he goes in this one. You'd have to imagine if this does go 1-1, we'll probably see the Max NH as the last pick as well. Those Zerka and the Pure fights. Oh, and here we go straight into it. Both players with the claws off the bat. The standard NH set. We see Odablock chucking on Mystic bottoms there for the range here as well. Not sure. It definitely, I was going to say, not sure if a misclick or he meant to be. But manages to get caught anyway. Sometimes you can do everything right and still lose anyway. Bolt there going in for Mika. Gets the claws on the prey melee from Oda there. Manages to get the prey melee on. But a nice little hot start here for Mika at the start of this fight. Unfortunately, he does get frozen. Odablock now with the DP at a couple of anglerfish used each. We see Odablock choosing to use up most of his brews here before he even starts cracking into those anglerfish. We saw this strategy in the last round or in the Swiss stage. This was something that he must have practiced. And a massive claw there off prayer. Must have been at least 50 damage. I couldn't quite see the numbers on that one. There's a big bolt coming in back there from Mika. So bringing back that damage straight away. And the blood barrage is coming in hot for him as well.
I'm going to say right now, again, this is an updated information right now for anyone that's enjoying this Crusader Classic 2026. This is a best of 5. So therefore, we're going to be seeing many fights. Unfortunately, worst case scenario, we're only going to see 3 fights. Now, Mika is coming in against a very, very warmed up Odablock here. Odablock has not lost any of his fights against anyone or any of his rounds. He's lost a couple of fights over the entire thing. One to Legendarium in the Pure, one to Peta in the Deadman mode gear setup. Outside of that, can Mika add a 3rd loss to Odablock to his thing? And even more, can Mika step up large here and actually manage to beat Odablock and step forward into the bracket to fight the winner of Legendarium versus Coxie?
Yeah, and as we can see from the inventories here, you know, Mika's inventory is a lot emptier, but he still has those 2 brews. So you would have to say, looking pretty even in terms of remaining 40% special attack energy for both players. They're both going to get a claw spec back pretty soon. And we saw both players at the start of the fight using the claws at the exact same time. So they're both going to get that 50% spec back at the exact same time. A massive 36 whip there for Mika, but Odablock retaliates with a nice bolt and a whip of his own. Having a look at the food situation, we see Oda with 1 dose of brew left. He's definitely not going to use that until the very last moment of the fight. There goes the claws from Mika on prayer, but 0. That is not what you want to see. I'm telling you right now, get rid of the claws, bring in the AGS, Bodhi.
I agree. I mean, fair enough. The AGS is going to do better on, like, Zerka. You could honestly put AGS on this build, put the Dragon Claws on Zerka, and it could be a completely opposite situation. The 45 defense of the Zerka, that is where the damage is coming in right now. As far as I'm aware, well, they are actually both 99 defense. They're running 126 combat, but this fight is honestly very close. Odablock is ahead, but how ahead is he? Again, I've mentioned potion management. Odablock has actually used his combat potions with 1 dose of brew that eventually, when he sips that, will lose his power spike in melee and range towards the end of the fight by only being half potted. Mika, 3 doses of brew and the potions himself, assuming he's potted now and he uses that brew correctly, he will have boosted stats for the entirety of this fight. He drinks 1 dose. Does he drink another? He's holding that 2 dose right now. This fight, honestly, I don't think anyone can say which one who's going to win. Odablock does look like he's in the lead right now, and it is no easy feat to take Oda out, especially when he's low on the food. He does have the claws jump and immediately 0 damage on the claws right now. Over there now, both players are fairly high on health, going for the freeze, and Mika catches the freeze. They're in a major range battle.
Yeah, and now they're frozen anybody would have seen that and gone, oh, actually, that's a great idea. But Odablock with a big advantage here does over-angler to 108 hit points. 3 kills left. Mika completely out of frame. 118 hit points on a nice rocket coming in there. 15 damage. Oda trying to get the freeze back. Mika with a nice little switch there and a bolt coming back in. Still on 117 hit points. Oda still with those 3 anglers, but 78. He's going to choose to continue to do damage here. Both players with no boost potions in their inventory, but both still boosted. Oda used his very early, though, so those stats would be ticking down. They're not divine potions, so considering the fact that he's 2, maybe even 3 minutes ago, I don't know how long this fight's going on. He might be sitting at 115 stats. And here we go. Mika with the freeze DD advantage as well. Right at the end of the fight, Oda manages to catch him. 1 brew, 1 angler. Mika gets a nice blob rush points. That angler and that brew means they are completely even in this fight. Oda does have a claw spec though. Can he get it off of rare? Here we go with a nice little hit, a 6 damage. Oda running away, and there goes the claws. Oh, you hate to see that. Mika with a nice 22 ball back to the continues under. It's a hit off. Both players completely out of 45 hit points. Mika cooking off a crazy deep upgrade to the orange victory. Oda with those dragons off. Mika with a Mika doesn't catch it on robes. Odablock trying to catch the freeze back. It's coming down to the absolute wire here. We could see some redemptions go off. There's a big blob rock, only a 12 though. Oda with a big blob barrage coming in for a 0. He splashes. Mika just desperately trying to catch that freeze back. Got the redemption up, trying to get it off. Oda gets a redemption up. 31 massive damage. Mika gets redemption up. Gets the redemption up. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Both these players going back to back. Redemption for redemption. 27 hit points to 21. This is the most exciting fight we have seen all tournament right now. Who is going to come out victorious? It is anyone's game right now.
Oh my
21
God.
damage. Odablock for 1 hit point. Mika has to barrage here. He can't get it off. They fought at the same time.
Mika lost. Mika lost by 1 game. Mika lost by 1 game, turn. No, my God. If there's anyone you want to have the first round win against, it is Odablock. And Mika just lost it by a singular game tick right there. We will go to the referees to check how that fight will be on the double death. Right now, I'm going on who died first. Mika died 1 game tick before. For me, again, I am not the referee. I am the caster. I would say that Odablock wins this fight, but there might be a rule that it is basically a tie based on both players running out of health at the end. We will find out. It has been confirmed. Odablock does receive the victory for the 1 game tick bonus. Unfortunate for Mika, but I'm going to be honest. Did anyone expect Mika to go toe-to-toe with Odablock when Odablock is undefeated in this tournament and he's just come off similar gear set fighting Peta?
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy there. Great performance from Mika. And you're in his shoes right now. You must be so devastated. Like you said, if there's one player you want to get 1-0 up on in this best of 5, it is Odablock. That must have been so devastating for him. 1 game tick away from being up 1-0 on Oda. But if you're Mika right now, you just have to. You have to just take a moment, have a breather. Don't let that loss get to you, because he showed he can go toe-to-toe with the best right now, and anything can happen in these fights. Can he bring it back?
I mean, we are going to be stepping away from the NH stake setup right now. It will be stepping towards the Deadman mode setups in just a moment. I know Mika's very familiar with this setup as well, so he might be a bit more in his element, but I think everybody right now in this roster has done some PvP arena. I think the gear setup we just saw, a lot of people will have familiarity with it. Not everyone will have familiarity with these setups that we are about to see. So this fight could be actually one of the better ones we actually see. They're potting up in just a moment, so we are going to step in, but this is a best of 5. Remember, if this is won, we will work out who decides the gear setup for the next one. If this does go all the way, then we will be seeing a potential pure fight, Zerka fight, everything towards the end. Venge trinkets are in play. Deadman mode, max setup, Zorial staffs, definitely something Mika absolutely loves. VLS on the prey, nearly 25 damage there. And other than that, the fight is going to begin. Will we see the same damage output, Evie, as we saw in the Odablock versus Peta fight from before? Odablock 1 on the board, Mika 0, best of 5.
Yeah, that's the exact thing. We saw these fights before. They're max defense, max gear, but sometimes they can seem like they're pure fights, the way that the damage gets output. And Oda is going absolutely crazy with his right now. Mika on very low hit points there. Hit a 0 on Oda's Venge. Could potentially have KO'd himself there. The numbers were a little bit different, but they weren't. Now just a nice little freeze here. We saw Mika join the Deadman All-Star tournament. Really taking advantage of the Blood Barrage with that Zuriel star. Basically just AFK camping that Blood Barrage because it's so powerful. Will we see that again here? Goes for the VLS. A nice 39 back there. And he whacks with the Void Waker. Oh, he had no spec there. I thought he might have had spec. Could have been a chance to work on prayer, but Oda. Nice little bit of that freeze, but you see how quick these fights go. Down to 2 Anglerfish and 1 Brew is Mika. Gets the VLS off. Both players with the VLS there. Oda, 7 Anglerfish in his inventory. Going to eat up to 109 here. Mika down to just 3 doses of Brew, and it's going to take something special for him from here if he's going to bring this one back. Going to have to use all that last dose of Brew here. Oda still with 6 Anglerfish. Is he going to use that last dose? He is. Get the resource off. Get the pots back up. Hitting the barrage, the Blood Barrage, once again coming in for Mika there. Very nice. Both players frozen across from each other. This gear setup is huge. And a massive VLS from both players there. Not sure if the Venge was on cooldown there. Mika swipes with the VLS and a barrage coming in for Oda Block. 5% special attack energy for him, so no more specs for either player. But he has used all of his food. 120 health, but anything can happen here. The Blood Barrages can come in clutch for Mika. Can he get them off? No, he cannot. And a nice, I would say, convincing victory there for Oda Block.
I'd say so. The food advantage, obviously, there was nothing in the inventory, but if you're in those gear setups, like you hit anything off prayer, you get a 40 or a 50 very commonly. So much in your arsenal to use as of right now. The one thing you really don't want to be in is a point when you only have 30 hit points and you're against an opponent who's green bar. Because if you hit any prayer wrong, your redemption's probably not going to save you. Unfortunately, I think Mika did miss the range prayer on that javelin, and it did snipe the 29 on 29, not giving him any redemption odds there, unfortunately for him. Oda Block takes down another victory with a 2-0. Once again, this is a best of 3. We're going to get information on what gear setup comes in now. As far as I am aware, though, it is the highest seed that can choose. And as far as I'm aware, Oda Block right now, he is 2-0, and he can now choose what gear setup he wants. I don't know what gear setup you want to see here, EV Skate, but I'm going to be honest, I really like the Zerka, but I think I just want to see that max gear again.
Yeah, I like the Zerka. I think I would love to see what someone like Oda Block can do with that Zerka. Does he go for the Mage? Does he go for the Bolts? Like, you and I theorize that Mage is really good on that Zerka build. I would love to see what someone at the top level thinks about that. So I would love to see that. But I think we're going to see the other main bracket here. It's Oda Block. That's what he means. He loves the main bracket. And, of course, Mika as well. I think they'll probably both be thinking, well, the Zerka and the Pure... There it is. Especially if you're Oda Block here, you're up 2-0. You're probably thinking, well, the Pure and the Zerka with the low defense, there is a little bit more RNG involved. He's going to want to go with the max NH to have less RNG. If he thinks he's the RNG there, which I think we both know he does.
This is going to be an interesting one again. We're going to be seeing those Noxious Halberds for the first time since the very first time. Noxious Halberd, again, you were saying it's always going to hit a 0 or it's always going to hit a 50. He's not going to hit a 25, but I don't know. We'll see. Once the fireworks go off, this is match point for Oda Block against Mika in this qualifiers of the Crusader 2026 class. Void Waker immediately used there from Oda Block onto Mika, and he gets an immediate lead, immediate momentum, and control the fight all the way through. We're getting some wrecks and the bolts from the Zarite crossbow as well. Look at this movement, but is it too much? Can Mika bring himself back in? A staff bash. He's going to be able to compose himself here in this situation.
Yeah, that's the thing about the max NH bracket here. That Halley can come in clutch. Just a couple of swipes, a couple of 50s can bring you right back. But if there's one person in this game that can take advantage of momentum, it's Odablock. And if you're Mika here, the last thing you want to do is give it to him. And at the start of the fight here, Odablock with that momentum and definitely took advantage of that situation. There's a nice Void Waker off prayer there from Mika. Only a 25. Unfortunate for him, Oda still has that 50% special attack and only 60% for that Void Waker. So has another Void Waker in the arsenal and might be using that to his advantage. Now Oda does not have to worry about that Void Waker at all. He can just focus on the attack coming from this guy right that way. He doesn't have to worry that he's going to take a 65 to the dome with the Void Waker at any point. But Mika does have to worry. So when they're unfrozen, you're going to see him camping that Mage Prayer a lot more than the other styles, which means Oda's going to be able to get a lot more hits off prayer. There comes the Halley. Was that a 34 through prayer, Bodhi?
It was indeed, as far as I'm aware. He has used 2 Void Wakers, and I think both of them were actually off prayer. I think Oda double-clicked his prayer and took it off. But both Void Wakers combined, I think, was only 51 damage. So if this fight truly comes down to the wire again, like the first fight, Mika could always be very upset that his Void Waker damage wasn't there. I also feel Odablock has fired a lot of bolts in off prayer here on the double Missouri and hasn't got too much reward from it. But again, Oda has gone through the bruise here, and he's on 8 hard food, whereas Mika is also on 8 hard food, but with 5 doses of brew as well. So again, I think Mika in the lead against Oda. I don't want to say for the first time. I want to say the second fight was Odablock all the way. But the first fight, I think Mika may have actually been ahead at one point. It was a very, very close fight. Other than that, Odablock had to freeze there with Mika and punished with those bolts, as I mentioned. He's managed to get those in, and he's managed to drain Mika's food down quite a bit. But Mika, he is still in the lead right now, Evie. This fight could go down. Can the Hallies come out? 34 Void Waker. I think that was on the prey mage. The 34 bolt was off the prey range. The halberd wasn't thrown in. Void Waker slice.
Yeah, very, very close fight here. Those 2 massive bolts and a huge Void Waker there for Odablock, bringing it back. Something we haven't spoken about yet is the fact that if you are going to go for the Halley, you do take off your shield, which means your defenses are so much lower. So these players have to be careful when they go for the Halley. But we can see here, Oda is up by 2 Anglerfish, 3 Anglerfish at this point. Mika coming in with that Void Waker special. Also on prayer for a 30, so you wouldn't believe it. The first Void Waker special he had, damage to the one that was on prayer. Ain't that RuneScape for you? And a 31 Staff Bash coming in as well for Mika. He's brought it right back. Odablock with the 1 Anglerfish in his inventory, and there goes that Anglerfish with just 1 bolt. Can Mika get a freeze here, get a DD advantage? He's going to go for it. Does he catch? He does catch. Does he get underneath? Goes for the Void Waker back. Not to take the shield off. Forward 25. Mika with a nice little advantage here. 54 hit points for Odablock, 103 for Mika. Goes for the Halley. The knick-knack Halley whack. Doesn't get any damage off 54 hit points. Any hit here could be the end. There goes the freeze. Odablock down to 30 hit points, but he does have that freeze DD. And if anyone could use it, it's him. A 19 bolt from Mika. He needs to get 1 more bolt off here. 11 hit points for Oda. And Mika has brought it back to a 2-1. Oh my god, what a performance there from Mika. Just on the front foot that whole fight, apart from the start there. On the front foot the whole time.
No, I think Mika was actually ahead at the start as well. He managed to just hold that advantage that he had at the beginning and hold it through the entire fight. Now, again, I want to say, the Noxious Halberds that fight, I only saw zeros, apart from that 135, I think, that Mika hit, that I believe we both think was on the prey melee as well. So other than that, the Noxious Halberds there was nothing. And I think that's the end of Nox Hallies, unfortunately, for those 2 fighting. Because again, they're going into really tying up the point. Mika is Mika has to reverse sweep. And it's a pure fight between Odablock and Mika coming at the moment. Mika has to win this. This is Zerka for the tiebreak, for the best of 3 here. But will this be enough again? If Mika gets a momentum on Odablock here, he can definitely take advantage and take this down to the qualifying point right now. Obviously, vice versa. If you give Odablock momentum in the pure, Mika will unfortunately probably be walking away with a 3-1 here and just qualifying into or past the Swiss bracket. What do you think? This pure anyone's game, or Do you reckon it's going somewhere?
Absolutely anyone's game, and I think that is the reason I believe Mika is the one that was picking this time. 100% that's why he picked you up, because it has the most RNG. He has the best points. I think Mika knows he's a worse PK than Odablock, and he's going to take the highest variance route possible and just hope to God that the bolts come in, the barrages come in, the DDSs come in, and he can take down this extra point. There is a world here, Bodhi, where we see Odablock get taken out in the first round of the bracket. I can't believe my eyes. Mika bringing it back to 2-1.
I mean, we have to put respect on Mika's name. He knows what he's doing. If you ask almost anyone in the game, who is the better PvP between Odablock and Mika, a lot of people are just unbiased and say Odablock because we know he is better. But it does not mean that Mika is just going to fall over and give Odablock this free pass to the next semi-finals. This is the quarterfinals right now. It's a best of 5 for a reason. And that reason here is so Mika can bring this back in the pure. But again, I feel like he's had a pretty bad start. But one thing I've noticed is Odablock has gone through every single brew in his inventory, and pure is so fast momentum wise. He has no double eats here. What if Mika starts hitting all the damage? He has the freeze, you know? Odablock has to just chomp food. I actually feel this fight could go into Mika's favor right now, just based on that information. We will see what happens. Big spec, big barrage from Oda. Oda has the freeze here. Mika once again chomping the food. Oda's going to do a lot of damage here, unfortunately. The volatile, it's only a 20 though. He did go for the glory. Unfortunately for the O, it is not high damage, but a lot of damage coming out there from Oda. That freeze on Mika. And now, next freeze here, making use of that.
Yeah, and the first one, and just as you were saying, Odablock coming in with that massive DDS straight into the volatile spec, which was only a 20, but a very good move from him. Having a look at the inventories, we see 5 Mantas there for Mika, 8 Mantas there for Odablock, but it's on the pure. It's anyone's game still at this point. Massive blood rush there for Odablock though. Mika down to Manta raise. It's not looking good for him right now, but he can still bring this back. Both players frozen. Mika brings out the DDS, still frozen, couldn't even go for it. And there it was, off prayer. That could have been a chance there with the DDS. I'm not too sure on the hit points there. That would have been a crazy one to see, but he gets the freeze and unfortunately frozen back. A nice little 20 blood barrage coming back in into a 16 bolt. He's completely bringing this back right now. Both players even on food and on hit points right now. Another blood barrage coming in, splashes a 0 bolt off prayer there for Oda. Gets a nice little range flick on. Oh my God, Mika is bringing it back. Can he capitalize on this? He's got to get this freeze here. Does he catch it? He catches it. He has the DD advantage. This could be a Mika victory. 86 hit points to 63. Massive blood barrage as well there from Odablock. Oh my God, take it away, Bodhi.
It's gonna happen. This is so close right now. I think Mika can take this out. Odablock, they're both frozen next to each other. 18 after 24 for Oda. It's a Bella melee. It's only an 8. Oda's got the Death Dot advantage. There's 0-7. Redemption proc from Mika barrage off the prayer. Oda with the DD once again. The ball from Mika. It pins the redemption, but Mika falls to the ball from Odablock. He does not get rewarded with the redemption. Oda, the double redemption. Mika, the single one. Pulling in. It was so close. And Mika, he must be so upset. The first fight was a double death, and the second fight was as close to a double death. The second fight could have been a double death. If the RNG in those hits, that would have been an exact same playthrough as the third fight. Mika must be so upset there, unfortunately. But that performance from Mika was absolutely incredible. The only thing we have to look at right now is that was UK ping. The rest of the qualifiers are now on US ping. Is that going to affect Mika's game in the qualifiers tomorrow, where he will have another chance to qualify for the grand final in Raleigh, North Carolina, $10,000 prize pool? All we can say is Odablock has moved forward. He will be performing again in match 5, and we will be moving down to match 2, which is Coxie versus Legendarium.
What an incredible fight there from Mika. Going into that match there, you just Odablock most likely going to smoke but somehow in the first fight, a double death, like so close. Any other given day, it could have been the exact opposite result there between the two. Very unfortunate for Mika. You've really got to feel for him. The redemptions at the end. It was the double death in the first fight. If it just went slightly in the other direction, we would have seen Mika moving forward and Oda out of the 20, which would have been crazy.
That would have been absolutely wild as well. But I mean, it's like you said, you know, normally you can say ifs, buts, whatever the hell, and change all the narratives. We are talking that close, the double death. If it just went one tick in the other way, Mika gets the point. You go to match point then, because it'd be whatever. And if that match point was obviously, or technically, if he won the pure game, well, I guess he didn't. You know, you have to change quite a lot round, but that was as close as possible to saying what could have been, with Odablock being eliminated from this and Mika going forward. However, we are stepping into match 2 of our quarterfinals today. We have Coxie versus Legendarium. Now, we get to get a lot of fights here, because I don't think we've spoke much about Legendarium, but like you said, he's the Australian PK in here, because unfortunately, Panic did get eliminated in the qualifiers, but we will see him back tomorrow, competing for a spot. But Coxie versus Legendarium, you know, Deadman mode here. What do you think this fight's gonna be?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been very surprised by Coxie. Really, but that is work cut out for him in every fight on paper. You have to say everyone's confident. Probably pull it out. So I would still say Legendarium is probably the favorite going into this one. But Coxie, have a look at the movement here. He's really coming to his own. As a PK, and we might see after the All Pet series.
Bro, I'm not. Coxie's actually decent, chat. Wallah, like he actually took on like a PvP journey, and he's doing well. I don't know if he's getting crazy RNG because I haven't been really watching like that, but like he's actually doing well.
Tough for him in this fight as well. In this max bracket, we're gonna see Max first. Second is gonna be Standard. Third.
Oda, you literally KO'd him. Why are you being lied just to go on the gay side? What does that even mean? Why am I lying to be on the gay side? I KO'd him because I'm Oda block though. See?
Throughout all the fights, Bodhi. Everyone choosing to go with the max bracket to lower the RNG.
I think right now I was very much enjoying the standard setups, but I think just because of the Vengeance trinket, I think I'm looking forward to the Deadman mode, and we will be guaranteed a Deadman mode on everyone. You know, nobody can win this based on a 2-0. It has to go to a 3-0. Deadman mode.
Oda, look at your overall stats so far. Let me see. My overall stats. It says loading stream. The fuck? Fight record, 13 out of 3. Fight win percentage, 18%. Oda block has hit 536 times out of 886 off prayer. Winning on tracker by 1350 extra damage. Deserved damage. Oda, not Oda. Chat, who is PETA fighting? Who is PETA fighting, chat? Torvesta. Yeah, he could hella get RNG'd by Torvesta, by the way. Even though PETA's better, he could get RNG'd. I don't know, best out of 5 RNG is kind of crazy, though. Doesn't matter anyways, he could just qualify tomorrow or the next day and fucking just win. The more and more people qualify, the less, like, the really mega sweats are going to be left in, right? Lagaradium looks like he's going to win this one. It might be 2-1 or 3-1 Lagaradium, if I had to guess. And that Lagaradium is going to beat Coxie. There's just no way in hell Coxie beats Lagaradium. Coxie's like another Panic. Like, he's just a mega sweat. Yeah, it's over. Coxie's gonna lose. He's gonna have to use those brew doses and then be fully unpotted on his bolts. And on his Hallies. He's hit nothing the last 10 hits too. That's what sucks. If he gets frozen here, it's over. Yeah, Coxie's cooked. Lagaradium is pretty decent, so he shouldn't be able to throw this. No, there's just no way Coxie wins this. I don't see a world of him winning this one, not gonna lie. No way. No way. I don't believe it. No. Yeah, okay. Coxie win. Oh, he just stat bashed to 27. Halibird. He should have spammed Hallie. Lagaradium. No commentary. I'm retarded. Sorry, chat. Sorry.
I'm gonna say it. I just have to say it. I think that's the first time we've caught Coxie's performance so far this Crusader Classic. But wow, he's playing fantastic. Coxie should be the individual who's just getting all the pets and getting all the pets again. You know, PBMing on 57 accounts at once and all that stuff. That performance is excellent. You know, and I think he's also playing against the ping right now. You know, neither player here is obviously on the ping, but to him to take Legendarium, who we know is a fantastic player still through all his content creation that he does, for him to actually take Legendarium that close is honestly, like, I think Coxie right now
damn.
is showing.
Coxie's gonna get fucked in this set, by the way, by lag. Lag and Panic are literally, they live, breathe, and eat NH shaking.
And Coxie, maybe he can bring this back. Maybe he does better on the dead man.
They even shit NH shaking those kids.
Standing into the standard NH gear. This is the PvP arena stuff. This is what everyone is going to say. He knows in fights. But again,
Coxie might be the best game player in the game, guys. If you guys think about it.
Coxie, crazy performance. Had that
Peta is. Yeah, think of the suburb.
It off. It might have been a different story, but Lagnarian with a big advantage at 2 anglers and half a brew, and then Coxie just bring it back. You know, just coming back from the depths of the floor, close to the victory, and he's really putting on a great performance for the people tonight.
Yeah, he's done well. I think anyone here that's an actual or a fan of the Perk Rebels, you know, he's representing probably better than most people did. I remember talking about, I see the names of everyone qualifying. I can see the people who are, in my opinion, almost guaranteed to be qualifying, you know. And again, Coxie was someone I know is fantastic, be on the bottom end, you know, no disrespect intended. The bottom end of someone I thought would be in the qualifiers, especially on the UK ping right now, you know, and other people I thought would do fantastically. Double claws coming out immediately there. Legendarium does take a slight advantage on those claw specs. I didn't see the damage difference, or if one of them was pre-potted with a, they're both pre-angled, I believe. But Legendarium does catch the first freeze of the fight. Both players have used claws, very nicely done. Legendarium with the pid is now underneath. Coxie, can Coxie bring this back? Can he slow down any momentum here? His health is high. No real damage has truly come out in this fight.
Coxie's doing decent.
So right now we are starting off fairly slow. Claws again. It's Coxie claws back. All on pre melee there. Little staff poke from Coxie. But again, no real damage coming out immediately here. Both frozen for 20 seconds in a mage range fight.
Yeah, both these players using both their claws at the exact same time. These two are in periods right now.
Oh no! He's doing it again, even when I'm watching. He's doing it again. Any second now, he's gonna say, do y'all fuck with popcorn? Hey, Loda, do y'all fuck with Justin? He's doing it again, damn it.
Both players flashing like Magikarp right now. We see the Carol on the Mystic Bottles there.
Fucking Evescape, bro.
flashing in. There we go. Finally, Foxy gets the freeze and the step under. Now has the DD. See a nice whip back.
He's suffering from PTSD. What's going on, Skeletal?
Still managing to get those whip hits off, and now Foxy gets a free hit here. There we go. The 4-tick attack of the whip versus the 5-tick attack of the ball. It's a free hit there. Laganarian, take a second to heal up here, gain his composure, and try and bring this back, because Coxie has a slight advantage right now.
Both health bars are back onto the match right now, but the food obviously is slowly trickling out of the inventory. But I mean, this fight's been going on for a long time so far, Evie, and the damage, it's just been a bit on the low side, you know. I want to see some 40 whips, I want to see some big bolts or anything, but just slowly chipping away at each other, you know. 24 blue barrage, always good. Heal 6 from that, which helps Coxie out there as well. But again, I don't want to take away from Legendarian's performance right now. But Coxie, I feel, is just doing far better than most people would have expected to. And again, just proving why he was in the All-Stars 1, 2, and 3. Freeze DD here.
Wins this one, by the way.
This is not good, but the food of Coxie, this fight
Lagaradium's gonna win. It's gonna be 2-0.
And looking very even right now. 2 doses of extra brew there for Laganarian. 2 anglerfish Lex. Coxie really performing right now. The move.
What sucks for Coxie is that Lagaradium has D-Claws, and he has a spec, and he knows that, so he's gonna be forced to camp a lot to protect melee. Claw should be coming any second now. Maybe after this freeze. He should dump it here.
Still very good PK. Still performing, but Coxie.
He's not gonna dump it actually right now. He's gonna keep maging. Yeah. I'll tell you guys when he's gonna dump it. I'm gonna predict it, alright?
Combat and ranging potion left, so probably wants to get that last brew off before he boosts up. And again, a lot of nice blood barrages there. Using blood barrage, even though he's overhealed, most of the time when you're overhealed, you're gonna want to use that ice barrage.
Damn, he's getting fucked by mage right now.
Well, but using the blood barrage, just used to it at this point, I would say. Coxie now frozen across.
Claws. No, not claws right now. Sorry. I'll tell you guys the exact second.
Last dose of brew here, and now he's going to use his last dose of range and super combat. There goes the super combat first. Goes in for the whip.
Lagaradium is gonna DD after this bull. He's gonna brew Sandfew, and then he's gonna super combat, and then range pot, and then he's gonna try to claw ASAP. Maybe after one more hit. So he's gonna go like this, and then claw maybe. Claw. Yep. And then the mage coming in after this bull. He's gonna mage. Nice.
Redemptions in a row back and forth, and then they keep getting bolted through prayer, and I'm like, no, you know, I want to see that excitement at the end. But again, Legendarium 2-0 onto Coxie. You know, Oaklock was will Legendarium be the first player in this tournament?
Oh, they didn't invite you? I already fought today. Already fought.
Inventory, and again,
I won.
Has Legendarium ever touched this setup in his
I'm waiting for my next fight.
on the server? Has Coxie ever touched it? Will we
I'm number 1 right now. I'm rank 1 on out of everybody. Woo! Woo!
I'll be honest. I think the Dead Man Mode gear setup is the most exciting. It's like you say, it's like pure, but not pure, you know. It's big hits, KO potential. I hope we see at least 1 KO. That one that Sicknerd almost got down on Mutts, I still just want to see someone get KO'd 90-0, just one bot.
Yeah, 100%. This is going to be the most exciting setup for sure.
Oh, I missed the fights.
I can tell you right.
You can watch the VOD, bro, in your free time. It's pretty entertaining.
He has the most experience in this setup. We talk about the demons of DMM. Laganarian is the demon of the Australian worlds in the seasonal. He is running around in this gear all day, every day. Definitely has the experience over Coxie in this setup. Will that be enough for him, though? Coxie is putting on a great performance, and here we go. At the start of the fight, Coxie, the first freeze, I believe that was off prayer there at 20.
Wow, if Coxie VLS, that would have been off prayer.
I want to see if you are Coxie, goes for another freeze. It's caught back.
Like Radium in 3, 2, 1. VLS now. Boom. And it's VLS again.
Hit that high in this gear setup. I'm just going to assume that has to be the max hit. I know they can hit 38 in some of the other setups. Maybe it's just the Avernic treads. Maybe that is the small difference there in that spot. A great start here for Laginarium, who is on match
VLS.
point right now against Coxie. Best of 5.
Trying to catch a freeze. Does Coxie catch it? A VLS smack, and it's a 38. They need a venge. Use your venge, boys.
3-0 an opponent.
Coxie, you got to use that venge.
Been eliminated yet. We do not know. Maybe we see another 3-1. Maybe we see our first 3-2. 2-2, sorry. Maybe we see our first reverse sweep in these quarterfinals. Obviously, we've only ever had one fight so far.
Coxie could have avenged that, by the way, and he's just not.
That is that legendary huge
He's not venging. Now he's gonna venge after seeing Lagaradium's venge, probably. Coxie, venge, bro. You haven't venged in a minute.
5-6 hard food on Laginarium.
He just did, and then he stab bashed.
Staff bash for Coxie.
Unlucky.
Freeze from Laginarium. Not what you want to see, but at least he gets a javelin through the prayer there to
Nice try.
Laginarium down.
Oh, if he VLS spec, that would have been so good.
Yeah, and you got to say, we spoke about the experience before the fight. Laganarium spends a lot of time in DMM. He's comfortable in this set. And the last two fights hasn't really shown. The
65 VLS.
63 from Coxie. As I'm just trying to gas up his opponent.
Why'd you just standing there? What's happening?
I was saying the experience is starting to show.
Venge.
Laganarium, but
You got to venge, Coxie.
that 163, the fight.
He should have specced again. He would have had him off prayer.
Even. That's how crazy the damage is in these setups. 55% special attack for both of these players right now. Laganarium goes for the javelin. Both players javelin. Off prayer. There goes the vengeance there for Lag. He's going for... Pulls out the VLS and goes for the Void Waker. Catches it off prayer for a 45. There's a freeze there for Coxie. He's going to take a moment here in the lead.
He has to brew up 6 doses.
Get his health back.
Sand few.
Get his composure. Let's see what he does.
He should have brewed again to 114.
He's going to hold on to that 65 until it gets to 75. So there's a Void Waker and a VLS.
He should have, okay.
Interesting to see what he does.
Venge, Coxie, venge, bro. He's missing out on so much damage because he's not venging. Look, Lagaradium just did another venge.
Just the brew. Extra couple of doses for Laganarium, both on similar hit points. Still a very close fight. Could be anyone's fight. There's a 27, but a 20 back with the venge there for Lag. And he gets caught. Coxie now has the chance and does the same thing back. Pulls out the VLS, but then goes for
Coxie
the
lost.
Manages to catch it off prayer with the venge.
Unless he hits like a 60 VLS.
Now out of food.
60 VLS here. Just go for it. Brother, if you want to win, you have to VLS.
VLS spec in the arsenal as well.
No, bro. Like, what is that? Brother, you have to VLS. He's so lucky.
VLS there from Lag. That was a 0. He had a 0 with
Just VLS back. VLS back. VLS.
Still with the VLS now, and the whack.
Bro. Coxie's so lucky. Like, I can't. He VLS smacked 5 times and didn't spec with the VLS spec when he had his 35% to win the fight.
The quarterfinals, Coxie brings one back onto the board, which means even we are going to be seeing a 1.
Maybe it was by accident.
Coming up in a
Maybe it was by accident. Maybe he tried to spec off the 0 staff like I did earlier.
Max to start, followed by standard into Deadman mode or higher defense ones, and then our tiebreakers or extra point qualifiers will move on to pure, and then if we need it, Zerka will always be our qualifier. But Coxie bringing the max gear out against the Australian Demon, you were saying. You know, fantastic. He's managed to bring it on. Laginarium now, he still just needs that 1 win right now, and everything Coxie's doing right now, unfortunately, will send him back to tomorrow's qualifier bracket, where he'll have to try again, where he will actually have a ping advantage on some of the UK people. Pure, coming up in a moment. What are we thinking about this one, Evie?
Yeah, I mean, Coxie, what a performance there. Managing to bring it back right at the last minute, getting that DD and really putting it to work. Didn't even need the spec. Moving on to the viewer here, I believe. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yo. Now, I on purpose, right? And then you qualify for tomorrow so you could have content for tomorrow's stream.
Will I not get DQ'd?
I was joking, you fucking idiot. Why would you lose on purpose?
I like talk. You know what my second one would be?
Donator.
Guess. No, bro, I'm not talking about my opponent. I'm saying the style.
You're gonna do... Wait, who are you up against?
Torvesta.
You're gonna do NH Steak and Max DMM.
Well, I chose the first one.
Okay, so I'm gonna, okay, so... He's doing Pier.
Yeah.
That's what Mika did against me, by the way.
I seen. I'm not gonna lie, his RNG is insane. Wallah, his RNG is actually insane.
Bro, if you see the trackers on my fights, you would literally put your volley staff in my butt.
Average plus 160.
Yeah, and I lost one.
Yeah.
And all of them were really close, like redemption wins.
I saw. You know, I plus 160 donator and I had redemption 3 times. See? Makes no sense, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, Pier is such RNG khara, by the way.
You know, I'm glad.
At least it has 25 defense.
Like max.
Yeah, at least there's 25
This
defense.
is not as bad.
Bro,
This is not as bad as 1 defense 99.
has your DDS been hitting at all or no?
No, I haven't hit once with that khara.
Bro, did you volley spec yet? I tried to KO Mika with volley spec. I hit at 20 on like 60 or something.
No, but I'll do it for the content. See?
I did it for the content on my spec. I tried to KO him.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same. You think I'm gonna get a KO?
If you
Here, Omar, if we get it, listen, if we get a volley spec today, okay? I'll give you 50. And if I get it, you get 50. You know what?
No, I just finished my fight. After your fight, deal, we got that. That's fair, because I just finished my fight. So you have a fight ahead of me. Because I did my fights already, remember? No, I don't. When we get to the next bracket, that's when we make the deal. Why would you get an extra fight over me?
Because you're bold and I'm not. See? But yeah, okay, I'm down. Wow, imagine a volley spec KO, Omar. The thing is, what does it max? 50?
In that setup, maybe like a 70.
On Pures?
On 70, like in that setup, yeah.
DDS then.
I need that in a DDS. DDS has been hitting. Actually, you get 2 specs with DDS and it's almost guaranteed damage.
Yeah. Two for one. 2 for 1 on average is gonna be better. Oh,
Wait, Coxie has 100% spec! What?
Whoa. Okay, wait, it's gonna be 2-2. It's gonna be 2-2.
Wait, no, Coxie could throw this.
Hell yeah.
Coxie could throw this. Wallah, he can.
No, there's 0%. 0%.
He
Bro,
just
has
splashed on
5
Piers.
minutes.
He just splashed on Piers.
If he catches it, it's over. He caught it.
But you think Coxie's smart enough just to dump spec? No, right?
Yeah.
He de-skimmed to hit instead.
What?
Look, he's bolting. He's not
People
DDSing. He just has to dump through prayer, you fool! What is it? At least volley spec then. At least volley spec. You have 85%.
We're gonna have to give Tim the sub.
Wait, bro, he's actually not specking. He's on 80. This is such a throw on Pier. I've never seen that.
He got it.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Triple it, double it, triple it.
Wait. Yeah, he needed.
Wait, this is 2-2.
You know what somebody said? Somebody added me and said, "What a fucking gay retard, just spec." Why is he saying that? Why?
Somebody said, he's not specking because he wants to spec his own house. No, bro.
Wait. Oh, Toxie's not winning this one, by the way. Toxie in this setup. I don't think he's good enough. It's 2-2 right now. And I don't think he's gonna beat Black Lady. He just can't kill him the whole time. Like, he gets hit a lot.
Damn. But like he almost.
But you know what it is? You know what it is? Maybe it's the aura that I have. Wallah, I'm not even trying to be cringe or weird. I think he was shaking against me. Because why was he playing so bad against me? I think the chat could confirm. He wasn't playing like this against me. I'm telling you, bro. It has to be the aura that I have. I'm telling you, I was probably giving him the shakes. I'm serious, bro. He's playing way better than what he did against me.
Yeah, I agree.
I know you're farming right now, bro. You're a fucking idiot, bro. I don't even know.
How? I'm saying I agree.
You're a piece of shit, bro. Every time you go to a female at the gym, I'm gonna go up to her and be like, he recently just turned straight. He used to take dick in the butt. I just want you to know this information before you speak to him. I'm gonna say that every time now. I'm gonna say that every time to every female you talk to at the gym now.
Wait, so you're gonna tell them I'm straight? You're helping me.
No, I'm gonna tell them that you used to be gay and you're the first experiment. He wants to try to talking to
Okay,
female.
that's
You're
fine.
the
They're
first.
gonna be like, oh, let me try.
No, they're
Okay,
not.
so
They're not gonna like your masculinity. You're gonna be like a fucking rich. You know what a rich
I
is?
like riches. How many gay best friends do they have? See?
Then you better start fucking being a best friend if you're trying to get friend zoned, then, bro. See? They donator, huh? They donator.
Is that yellow gay?
I think Coxie has his crossbow inaccurate.
Wow! No, that was a rapid because he just bolted into a whip.
Did he? I wasn't paying attention.
Who do you think wins this? Coxie's up, but he's splashed there.
Lag is winning. Lag is gonna win, bro. If he doesn't win, Adam, you could fuck.
Wow, he prayed.
Listen. You could fuck my butt.
Okay,
Call
I'll
me
fuck your
Sally
butt,
Mage.
what?
Sally Mage.
Okay.
Call me Sally
Okay.
Mage if he wins this.
Okay, Sally Mage. Okay. Yalla ya Sally Mage.
You could fuck my butt. Oh my rod, Adam.
Oh my god! Yeah, Sally Mage.
No, not yet. I'm not Sally Mage yet. Wait, why is he raxing?
Yeah, Sally Mage.
Wait.
Yeah, Sally Mage.
Adam, who is this guy? I'm not Sally Mage. He's gonna lose 100%. Lagaradium's not winning this. You're crazy to think.
He's not winning this? You said that?
He's not winning it.
That.
No, sorry. Lagaradium is going to win this. He's not gonna beat Coxie. I mean, he's gonna beat Coxie.
Bro, just put the fries in the bag, man.
Fries in the bag? Mother rucker rag. Mother rucker, I will literally eat your meat and then tell you you're a rag. Mother rucker, I'm literally putting up my
Rag?
pistol. I'm shooting you in the neck. That's a mag. I'm way faster than you. I'm touching your back. That's a tag. Coxie, purging staff and DDS. That's a gag.
Motherfucker, if you keep talking, like Nerm is gonna win, and then I'm gonna make you gag. See? Yes, Sally. Wow! It just off prey.
Yep. Lagaradium got
Not a
crooked.
lot. Like,
No, he's
Nerm is
not!
a lot.
Shut up! I hate when you start lying.
Wallah, he's down. He's down.
Lag is
Yes,
up.
Sally. Wow, he's going for a freeze with half tanks. Allahu Akbar. He played it. Yes, Sally.
Stop. That's haram. See? I just want to always play one. I said, Allah, with Sally Mage, you're singing it. What is that? See?
No, I stopped and then I said
Stop. No, you can't recover it. That's it.
Oh my god! It's
No.
so over, Omar.
No. Lag is winning. If Lag loses to Coxie, I will go in that small door and you will never see me again. See? That's how confident I am.
Okay, yalla, ya Sally Mage. He caught the freeze.
He just purging staff, so now he has to wait 5 ticks and he doesn't know that, and he's gonna go out early.
Nope, he knows that. See? Oh my god. Those are fast frames.
Lag is winning. Lag's winning for sure, by the way. Like, I don't even know how you can't see this. It's so obvious. Lag has another spec and Coxie doesn't even know about it. He's not an AGS top player. And Lag is so lagging every hit.
Oh my god.
Coxie knows about it now.
Oh my god. Nearly trade Coxie. Right here.
No, Lag's losing.
Heard me.
I mean, Coxie's losing 100%. I told you, you're not calling me Sally today.
Yeah, I'm not calling you Sally. I'm calling you Sally Mate.
No, AGS coming from Lag. AGS. Yep. Now, Coxie has to eat the angler, step
Wait,
10
Cox
tiles
is
away,
down.
and bolt.
Cox is down.
I told you.
Wait, this is completely even, but Lag has a spec. Yeah, Lag wins this.
Oh, he prayed melee.
Oh my god. 20 versus 40 HP. Omar, what is it?
And then he's gonna move on to the round of 4 and come up with a motor block for a spot in the land. In the round of
best is
4,
AFK.
if you win your round of 4, you go into the land.
Are your hands
Nah, they got unsweaty now. They're like grippy instead now. What about you?
Mine are like hot sweaty.
That's good.
Anybody
Yeah, it is.
confirmed in this LAN as of yet. We still do not have anybody crowned to be there. But all we know is the next LAN
Come on! Come on! That was the loudest come on I've ever heard in my life.
The LAN will be played in. I don't know what this is. Wait, are they fighting right now? Oh, wait, would you put in? Wait, this is
here.
dead on mode here, so this is practice, because this is
Yalla.
fight number 3. Score is 0-0 right now. We'll commentate because I don't know if things will get updated graphic-wise, but maybe behind the scenes, recent donator, which is the next fight, may have actually been occurring. And if it is in Dead Memo gear, this could be 2-0 either way, or 1-1. But other than that, just Reese with a full inventory of food on the left. He still has every single food. It is a real fight confirmed. This is a slot to move forward for Reese and Donator. The score is not 0-0. We will get the true score in just a moment. The Venge does come out, and we'll see. This is Deadman mode gear, though, between these two. What we're saying, Reese and Donator. I feel like we've not watched Donator much today.
Yeah, we're just getting word this is actually 0-0. So the gear selection must be randomized before each fight, before each round, I should say.
I got riches all on my wrist in every way. Sucking on my bowels, licking on my bowels.
Oh my god, that could have been a KO.
Riches, they know. Sucking on their booty hole.
It's a factor at all. We shall see, but a hot start for Peta here. Up a couple of anglerfish and a brew at this point. Those vengeance trinkets are so scary in these fights because anything can happen at any moment. There goes the Venge from Torvesta, and he just swipes with the Void Waker. Maybe misclicked the spec bar there, goes for a spec there with the VLS. I think that was a 35 through prayer. The VLS, such a powerful weapon, such crazy odds when you have one of those in your inventory, not only for the fact that it does such crazy damage, but also for the fact that you're gonna scare your opponent into praying melee a lot.
So how would you like to step out of the fight for a moment? If you're in these fights, would you prioritize your VLS specs, or would you prioritize your Void Waker using? Or do you think it's really situational to what you think is going to work in that moment? Because I would say, in fact, the VLS is probably one of the most broken things this game has ever shown. But it's not fair to say that it's not. Or do you think on the frame rate, would you go for VLS or would you go for Void Waker?
Everything that I've been told from these high-level players is that the VLS is the most broken weapon in the entire game. So I would have to say, most likely, that VLS spec is the one to go for. But that being said, if you can get a Void Waker off prayer, that thing in this setup can probably max 70, maybe even a little higher. Massive, massive hits coming out of that, and it's guaranteed damage as well. VLS obviously very accurate, as we see a VLS coming in for Peta. And looking at the inventories, Peta actually down to his last two Anglerfish, Torvesta with 5 in the inventory. There's the Vengeance and a Mori Jav coming back. Now we see some Blood Barrages coming in from Peta. He's down to his last Anglerfish, but getting a lot of health back from these Blood Barrages. Torvesta looking like a headless chook right now. Can't get anything going. Does catch that freeze, but he was in his Missouri chaps as well. Very lucky to catch that one. He's got 2 Anglerfish left. Peta with 76 hit points. It's completely even right now. 76 to 70. We see Avenge coming in for Peta. Torvesta just taking a second here. Going for that Mori Jab. Gets frozen away. We see a spec for both players here. Torvesta potentially waiting for that Void Waker spec. But it doesn't matter. The DLS come in. And the KO... both players out of food. Peta somehow managing to bring that one back. He was almost out and brings it back. And we're switching over now to the recent donator. It looks as though it's the second fight here.
It is their second fight confirmation that Donator took Reese down in the first fight in the Deadman mode setups. Just an update, we're having 2 fights at the same time now, I believe, for scheduling issues, I'm going to say, behind the scenes for some competitors. However, the gear setups will be the same. The first fights were Deadman mode gear. Second fights will be pure, so we will see Penta versus Torvesta on the pure build, followed by standard and a necessary match. Other than that, those fights there, Torvesta, he was quite close to taking the head down. That is not obviously taking into account the one that he did get on the board and all that, but will Torvesta be able to bring anything back against Peta right now? But looking at this fight right now, Donator is 4 food left, Reese with the 7 food. I know Reese has a lot of experience in NHing on 1 defense, but Donator has a lot of experience on 1 defense, but staking. Will it transition well in this fight? Right now, Reese does look like he has the odds.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We are focused on Donator right now. So Donator is on the left of your screen as Reese steps out. He is down to 1 Manta Ray. 73 hit points. Now Reese is on the left of your screen here. Has 5 Manta Rays in the inventory. Goes to those last 2 specs, but Donator does have the freeze advantage right now. He doesn't have any spec. 27 bolt there. Nice little one off prayer. And another big blood rush. He could be bringing this back right now. Donator completely... No, we are not focused on Donator. I was wrong that whole time. We were focused on Reese.
Donator does fall to Reese, but again, he does have one on the board, and here we go. We've seen Deadman mode, the pure fights of the max bracket, and now we are going to be seeing the pure fights of the Crusader Classic 2026, Torvesta versus Peta right now. This is to move on to fight the winner of Donator versus Reese, which is currently 1-1. Score for this fight is 1 to Peta, 0 to Torvesta.
Yeah, and here we go. The pure potentially picked by Torvesta here. You know, I think Torvesta would come out and say that Peta is probably the better PKer out of these two. And if you're going up against the better PKer, you want to have the fight with the most RNG involved. So potentially a pick from him. I doubt Peta was to pick the pure fight here. But fight number 2, Torvesta needs to bring this one back, needs to get the win. Otherwise, he's going 1-0 down. And that is hard to come back from. And the winner of this fight goes through to the semi-final. He's coming in there for Torvesta. Let's see if he gets a bolt off underneath here. Having a look at the food situation, looking pretty even right now. Peta using that strategy that we've spoken about with him and Odeblock, using most of his brews up as early as possible so that he can stay combat potted and range potted for most of the fight. A big barrage coming in there for Torvesta though, taking massive advantage of that DD that he had and getting as much damage off as possible, gaining a lot of momentum.
Through right here. Again, I'm not sure. I do understand the usage of brews early, and I'm definitely not someone that should even bother giving or putting down any of my thoughts in this, because these people know this far better than I know. But I feel like if you're a pure fight and you don't have any level of double eats, if you miss a couple of prayers and they just get that damage and then all that stuff, if you don't have the brews, you're just eating your hard food. And then when your hard food just gets deleted from the inventory as the other person's just dancing all over you. But again, if you look at the inventories right now, 12 hard food on Peta, and Torvesta has 9 hard food. Oh, it's the ball! It's a splash, unfortunately. It could have been something. Now, Torvesta is 10% away from his own volatile spec. I wonder if that might give him any level of inspiration to go for it. Never mind, he dumps the DDS right there. 20% spec on Torvesta. He probably will not see a volatile in this fight at the moment. But the food situation is slightly in the favor of Peta, who does have combat boosting potions. Torvesta has used his brews. Is he potted right now? I do not know, but if he is, then this fight, he's still going to have a very, very good chance to take this down. And Torvesta really does want to take this one down because it would equalize the score against Peta, who is no easy opponent for him to beat. But Torvesta's been playing phenomenally. Even since All-Stars, he's been playing fantastic, and he's bringing it. And the staff pass, Eevee Skate. What do you think of the staff pass? He just lost the fight.
I love the star match there. We saw the volatile coming in from Torvesta. The volatile spec is one of those things where you do it and it works and you look like a genius. If you do it and it doesn't, you look like an idiot. And unfortunately for Torvesta, a splash of the volatile used up most of his spec there in that one spec. But having a look at the inventory, looking relatively even right now. 2 men's rays left for Peta. And the Torvesta catches his speed, get the PD, and when he does, goes back straight away. 1 manta ray left. Not going to take the time to eat here. Peta leaving that 1 manta ray in his inventory as well. Torvesta is... Does he know that he has the manta ray? He's trying to get redemptions off. I don't know if he knows that he has 1 manta ray left.
Torvesta just died with a manta ray in his inventory. He died with a manta ray in his inventory. No, I don't know if he's live right now. Some people are streaming, but his whole chat is manta, bro. Why did you eat, bro? Oh, that is his chat right now. If he's live, I don't know if he is, but unfortunately, again, I think Peta had a one as well there. Oh, Donut is about to die here. Actually, jumping straight in here. This is a gear snake setup right now. We are following the person on the left. The camera movement will always be the top left name for those who are watching. Donut has 100% spec, Eevee.
Oh my god, at this point in the fight, down this much food with 100% spec, and he says, actually, no I don't.
Oh
Here we go, double claws! Oh my god, and just like that, that's how big the claws are in this fight. We speak about how big the attacks are, and how you want to get one of those back before the end of the fight. You see just how big those specs are right there. Reese now trying to catch that freeze. Big splash there, Donator with the DD. Down 4 anglerfish at this point, but can he bring it back? Current score is 1-1 for these two. Donator sitting in that Mystic bottom, trying to get a maximum mage defense up against his opponent right now. The whip from Reese. We see a bolt from Donator. Bringing it back just a little bit. The blood barrage coming in nicely as well. Reese now with the DD advantage. Donator gonna have to eat those last anglerfish in his inventory. Catches the freeze. Gonna take a moment here to probably eat up. No, he's not. He's sitting on 58 hit points, and he says, you know what? Let's just go for it. Balls to the wall here. Big barrage. Unfortunately, a splash. Goes for it again. Another splash, unfortunately, but a bolt on Robes off prayer for Reese. Also a 0. Big 32 for Donator. Here we go. He's starting to bring this back. He's frozen now. Reese with the advantage. Is he going to take a moment to heal all the way up? No, he's not. Going to go for those blood barrages. Donator sitting on 46 hit points. One anglerfish left in the inventory and a big 41 whip. Both players now down to one anglerfish. Reese with the hit points advantage, though. 2 to 41. Here goes Donator. Gonna try and catch that freeze. Catches the freeze. Steps out. Goes to the ball. Off prayer. Hits a 0-1. Here we go. He's gonna see the ball best here.
I don't think he knows he has the anglerfish. Donator, eat your anglerfish. Surprised if Reese misses that anglerfish, but we will see. They're both so low right now. Donator still hasn't eaten his anglerfish. I think Reese is frozen right now. No, Reese has the free. They're both frozen next to each other right now. I think Donator hasn't noticed it. He gets the redemption off, though. That could be the claws. He gets another redemption off. Can he get it up? It's a prey range. It's a mage space. The redemption. He did find the anglerfish, though. He did not do the Torvesta. 2-1 to Reese there. I will double check that was correct. I do believe we're following Reese's POV there, so I do believe it is a 2-1. The max or the standard NH stakes right there. We'll jump into this fight in just a moment, but Donator, he did find the anglerfish. He's not done the Torvesta. Speaking of Torvesta, he casts the first freeze in this fight, or maybe he didn't actually. I think it was the other way around, but here we go. We are stepping into standard NH setup between Torvesta and Peta. Peta is on match point right now to move forward to fight the winner of Donator and Reese, and Torvesta is going to have to fight that reverse sweep, and if he gets it, will be the only reverse sweep we've seen. 26.
Yeah, what a crazy last fight that was. Very surprising. Jumping in. Peta versus Torvesta. Torvesta really needs this win, or he is eliminated from the first qualifier of the Crusader Cup. And I tell you, if there's one person in this tournament that really wants to go to that land, it is Torvesta. That man loves to travel, and he loves to play RuneScape. He can do both at the same time. Over the start of the fight, though, we can see that Peta, once again, is using most of his moves at the start of the fight. Claws on prayer. We see a nice bolt from Torvesta as well. The RNG on his side here. Nice big bolt proc as well. Can he catch this freeze here? Are we going to see Torvesta using the strategy of using the Verex plate skirt while he's trying to catch a freeze? We're not. So Torvesta, not someone that sits in the laboratory very often trying to get the absolute most out of his NH stakes. Just the guy that gets in there and gets it done, Bodhi.
This is true, and I'm looking at the playstyle difference between these two. Peta, obviously, he's actually one of the best NH stakers in this game. Many people will say that understand how good he is. He opts for the bruise first, where Torvesta, obviously, we all know he's a very, very good player killer, but in his style, he hasn't even touched a single Brudos right now. And I'll be honest, Torvesta is absolutely crushing this fight. Peta has 6 anglers left, and so does Torvesta, but Torvesta has 3 full brews that he hasn't even touched yet. If Torvesta somehow fumbles, this is going to be a generational one, but I think the reverse sweep is on the table right now. I cannot count Peta out, but that advantage is absolutely wild from Torvesta. He must have done an absolutely fantastic job in this fight, but can he close this out? Can he do it clean as well? Because if he can close this out clean, that'll be a huge confidence boost for him stepping into the next fight, which will be the max gear.
Oh, and a massive 47 bolt there. Like you said, Peta choosing to use all of his brews at the start of the fight. That means he used his last dose of super combat and ranging potion, and his stats are currently ticking down. We know that he's been in the lab. We know he knows all of the stats, but sometimes you can have all of the stats and it just doesn't matter. Look at the hits from Torvesta right now. A 38 bolt. Going for the freeze. Can he catch it? Peta is going to get the DD advantage. He's going to step underneath here, trying to get the redemptions off as well, because he is completely out of food. Torvesta with 5 anglers and 2 whole brews. If he loses it from here, I will literally eat my own ballsack. This is crazy. Torvesta so far ahead right now. Gets another spec off there with the Dragon Claws. Goes for the staff bash for the disrespect. There goes the whip. Can he get one more barrage off? And there it is.
Goodness
Wow.
me. I saw a fight earlier that I think was Mika versus Rog. Now, Rog, I don't know how many wins he does or how much NHing he actually does. I've not seen those scores, but I want to quickly speak about that before this fight concludes or whatever. That inventory from Torvesta on a player of the likes of Peta, who we have seen today performing so well. What the hell just happened? Did you see that? Oh, it's a replay.
It's a replay.
What? Donator just tanked an AGS on 33 health. Prayer off. Oh my goodness. I was like, what the hell? My God, if he died there, that would have been bad. But that food inventory in a completely fair fight from Torvesta is actually insane. Like, that is incredible. Torvesta must have played so well in that situation. He's managed to pull a point on the board as well. Peta has only been defeated in this tournament by Odablock himself. So Torvesta has managed to be the second person to take Peta out in this tournament. But Torvesta still needs to beat him 2 more times in order to progress through to fight the winner of Reese versus Donator. Once again, Reese is the individual player we will be spectating. If they're frozen, it's hard to see, but he is the one in the dead center of the screen most of the time. Food, however, Eevescape, Reese is looking like he might be taking this one down shortly.
Yeah, for sure. We saw the replay of Donator taking that massive AGS there off prayer for a 32. Definitely could have been KO'd. I don't know about you in that last fight. Every time Torvesta hit a massive bolt, I could just hear that little giggle he does. He must have been absolutely loving that one. But in this fight, Reese definitely with the advantage. But that being said, Donator getting some nice little blood barrages off here. Can he bring this back a little bit? That was a blood barrage off prayer for a 0, unfortunately, and a 15 bolt. Reese not getting any whips in here. Gonna be using the last of his anglerfish. Nope, decides to save one. There goes the AGS off prayer again. 62 hit points, unfortunately not enough to KO. And Donator does have 1 spec left. He could get it off here. Gets the freeze. No, he doesn't, and he's frozen himself. Reese now with the DD advantage. And a staff bash for the disrespect. 86 hit points. And it looks like he's going to close this one out. Can Donator pull something magical out? He cannot. And that is a 3-1. Reese will be moving forward to the round of 4.
The captain of the Reese Rhinos himself, second place in the Devman All-Stars, has managed to pull himself into the semifinals once again of the Crusader Classic 2026. And again, we're going to jump straight in to another fight right now. This gear setup is the max gear in the game. No Deadman mode gear, no Venge trinkets, the Nox Halley. It's a 26 Eevescape. Did you see that? Another world first right there with the Nox Halley.
I don't believe my eyes. The Nox Halley has decided to change up its RNG just for today to make me look silly. But both of these players with the Nox Halleys, you got to remember, every time they hit with a Nox Halley, they don't have a shield on. And the shield is the single biggest defensive item for both of them. So if they take a hit off that shield, there's a very good chance they're going to take some damage. So they got to hope that Halley hits. And just like that, you see Torvesta taking that 25 bolt with the Halley equipped. Can't get a Halley back. Peta, the movement right now, the 50 with the halberd. And the spec. Oh my God. Absolute domination, Bodhi.
Oh my God, and a 25 with the freeze there, and he one-ticked that barrage off of the Nox Halley being warm there. Torvesta still had the Prey Mage, unfortunately. That was over 100 damage in 2 hits. A 32 Void Wake on the Prey Melee, a bit unfortunate right now. Torvesta still does have 1 special attack ready to go, but unfortunately, this is Torvesta versus Peta, and Peta is on match point. Torvesta needs the reverse sweep, and if you look at these inventories, this is going to be one of Torvesta's hardest PvP challenges he may have ever done. Can he do it, though, is the question. It is possible for someone like Torvesta, but he really needs to... Oh, a 40 barrage, bro, into the 45 Nox Halley back there. Bolt on Robes, only a 7 there with the ZCB. Peta moving around, momentum slowing down a bit. Huge damage. We did see a 40 barrage come out there. 29 blood barrage, 20 ice barrage retaliation from Torvesta. A small hit with the Nox Halley. But right now, again, Torvesta only with the 4 doses of brew. No hard food in his inventory. Peta has 7 full anglers and 3 doses of brew behind. 58 Void Waker onto Peta.
Yeah, you look at the inventories here, and you got to say it's just the exact opposite of what it was for the last fight right now. Peta with some massive, massive momentum just to start the fight. The Hellbird into the Void Waker, into another Void Waker. So much damage in such little time, and Torvesta is going to have to do something special here to pull this one back. I can't believe we saw a 40 barrage in this setup as well. Not even I don't even know if the max hit on. That has to be the max hit, right? That was
is the max
absolutely
hit.
crazy. And here we go.
Oh my
Peta
god,
now
Torvesta.
frozen. Hang on a minute.
Ooh, Torvesta just got full froze there, but the Nox Halley coming back. And again, if we look at Peta's inventory right now, he does have the 3 anglers right now. He's probably going to use them all to get his health to above 100, whereas Torvesta only has the 52 health, or the 53 health now, with that dose of brew. But as soon as that brew dose goes, 47 retaliation. Noxious Halberd has absolutely gone solid in this fight right now. Peta with the refreeze again on Torvesta. 50% spec on Torvesta, though. Can he do this? 40% on Peta. There's no VLSs here. It's only Void Wakers right now. Peta is coming to the Prime Mage. He's going to go for the freeze here. Torvesta, can he get redemptions? Is it going to be a KO? Can he do anything? Nox Halley comes out. 65. Void Waker on Torvesta. Nothing he can do. And Peta secures his 3rd victory against Torvesta. Unfortunately, Torvesta eliminated from the brackets in this tournament today on his ping. It may be worrying to lose ping and the UK one. Reese still stands from the UK right now, and this is our lineup to come. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crusader Classic 2026 semi-finals today. The next match we will be seeing is Odablock versus Legendarium, and then we're going to be seeing match 6, which is Reese versus Peta. After that, the losers bracket will move on to match 7, and the losers of Odablock versus Legendarium will fight the loser of Reese versus Peta, and then both players who win, or to be fair, we're going to find our first qualifier right now. The first winner of Odablock and Legendarium and Reese and Peta will both automatically be qualified, and then the losers bracket, whoever wins that, will also be qualified for the finale in Raleigh, North Carolina, competing LAN for $10,000 prize pool right now. Who, unfortunately, out of this, Evie, is going to be the unfortunate person who is just going to miss. 3 of these 4 individuals are actually going to be going to the qualifiers. 1 is going to miss out.
That's the thing. That's the thing. There are 3 more qualifiers, right? So even if they don't make it today, they have the chance to make it in the coming ones. But it would be so nice. It'd be such a great feeling to get it out of the way today. Win the first qualifier. Make sure you're absolutely locked in for that LAN event, because the LAN is going to be incredible. It's going to be so much fun. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it. We can't have any picklebacks over there. It would have been nice to run that one back. And some giant beers, but the LAN is going to be awesome, and the 3 people that make it today are going to be very, very happy, and the 1 person that doesn't make it is going to be very, very sad.
Well, the person who doesn't make it, they do still have a chance to obviously do it, but they basically need to do the same thing again in another qualifier right now. But I would say, I think out of the roster right now, Legendarium, he's on Australian ping, Odablock and Petra are both on American ping, and Reese is the only person here that's actually benefiting from this UK ping. So in all honesty, it is Reese that really needs to secure a qualifying spot here, minimum right now, because then he doesn't need to go and fight off his ping. But that being said, again, 3 of the 4 people, we have Odablock, we have Peta, we have Reese, we have Legendarium. 3 of those names we mentioned might be favorites to actually win. Legendarium was the 4th who could actually push someone out on that. But when people do qualify today, we will not be seeing them fight again until the finale. If someone does qualify, they don't fight anymore. They can sit back, they can watch the whole tournament themselves. And then the next fights will be the remaining competitors who didn't quite make it. So unfortunately today, Coxie, Mika, Donator, and Torvesta, they didn't quite make it. They will still be competing in the qualifier tomorrow to try and qualify. 12 qualifiers in total, 18 competitors.
Yeah, I mean, devastating for those guys, for sure. But I think if you look at the bracket right now, if we had said that this was going to be the bracket at the start of today, I don't think anyone would have been surprised. I think we were all expecting to see Oda Block there. I think we were all expecting to see Peta there. I think we were all expecting to see Reese.
In this guide, I'll show you everything there is to know about ecumenical keys. Ecumenical keys are keys used to open the doors to the God Wars dungeon bosses. While normally you would need to get 40 kill count to enter the room, this can be circumvented by using an ecumenical key to open the door. They are especially useful when you want to kill Kriara, Armadel's general, and Commander's Liana, because their followers that you need to kill are of very high levels and it would be a waste of time and supplies to get to 40 KC. The keys can be obtained from killing monsters in the Wilderness God Wars dungeon. This place resembles the regular God Wars dungeon, but you won't find any bosses here. The dungeon is located in level 28 Wilderness. The fastest ways to get there are with the Obelisk teleportation system, the Cemetery teleport from the Arceus spellbook, or the Dariak teleport from the Ancient spellbook. To make all the monsters in the dungeon unaggressive, you'll need to bring some god items, but since we are in the wilderness, you want to bring the cheapest stuff you can. Here are some cheap options for each god. For Sir Edmund, you can use the God Koi for bracers, Monk's Robes, Holy Blessing, Holy Symbol, or a Sarastol. For Zamorak, you can use the God Koi for bracers, Zamorak's Monk's Robes, Unholy Symbol, or the Zami Stole. And for Bandos, you can use the God Coif or Bracers, the War Blessing, or a Bando Stole. You won't really need to bring an Armadil item because we'll be killing monsters in the southeast of the dungeon, and Armadil's followers are in the northwest. But if you want some extra protection, you can bring an Armadil Coif or Bracers, an Honorable Blessing, or an Armadil Stole. Basically bring whatever 3 or 4 god items you have lying around, and bring the fast-hitting blowpipe and an assembler. Just make sure you don't risk too much in case you were to get PK'd. In your inventory, you'll want to bring a stamina potion, a ranging potion, 2 prayer potions, and some food. Also bring your royal seed pod so you can teleport away from up to level 30 wilderness. Make sure you turn your player attack options to hidden so you don't get skull tricked by Torvesta cosplaying as an ice fiend. Teleport out and enter the cave. You can move the boulder, which requires 60 strength to enter, but I prefer to use the agility shortcut, which requires 60 agility, because it puts me right where I want to be. You want to get to the southeastern part of the dungeon, because there's a lot of low level monsters here. When you get there, just focus on killing imps, goblins, ice fiends, and pyre fiends. I like to use the NPC indicators to tag these so I can easily spot them in the crowd. You also want to hit any 2 NPCs that are fighting for at least 1 damage. As soon as you've dealt 1 point of damage and the monsters kill each other, you'll get the drop. I like to make sure that I hit the spiritual mages that are in combat, so that when they die I get a chance for some free dragon boots. Basically just run around like a madman hitting everything as fast as possible. There's also a method, which might be slightly faster, where you clump up the monsters and blood barrage them, but in my experience this is only marginally quicker and really not worth the hassle. If you want to get keys efficiently, you should consider completing your wilderness diaries and combat achievements. The base drop rate of the keys is 1 in 60, but this decreases to 1 in 55, 1 in 50, 1 in 45, and finally 1 in 40 with the Grandmaster combat achievements completed. You can only have 3 ecumenical 1 in 40 with the Grandmaster combat achievement, 1 in 50, 1 in 45, and finally 1 in 40 with the Grandmaster combat achievements completed. You can only have 3 ecumenical keys at once. This includes keys in your bank. Completing the Wilderness Medium Diary increases this limit to 4, and with the Hard Diary you can hold up to 5. I have the Wilderness Diaries completed, and usually I can get 5 keys in under 10 minutes. So in theory it would be faster to also use the keys for Banos and Zami, but I just can't be asked going to the wilderness every time. Plus you have 1 fewer inventory slot for supplies on your trip. As a final mention, you can also get ecumenical keys from killing Nex. She frequently drops ecumenical key shards, which stack, and one at the door. They are especially useful when you won't find any. If you are in the wilderness, you want to bring the cheapest stuff or the Zami followers in your Vesta. You can move our 60 shortsters here, playing as in a cave. Some god teleport from the ancient spellbook. To make or the Daria teleport from the ancient spellbook. To make all the monsters in the dungeon unaggressive, you'll need to bring some god items, but since we are in the wilderness, you want to bring the cheapest stuff you can. Here are some cheap options for robes, or you can bring a cave. You can move the boulder, which requires 60 strength to enter, but I prefer to use the agility shortcut, which requires 60 agility, because it puts me right where I want to be. You want to get to the southeastern corner.
time goes by so slowly. 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 Time goes by so slowly.
Clue scroll. Clue scroll. Clue scroll.